Hey everybody, Rick from Noble Speed Equipment. Be sure to check out my store where I have the conversion plate and hub available and lacquered ignition wire, clear wire, all made in USA. So this is part three where the rollers meet the road. Um, I did things a little bit better or a little bit different or got different stuff. This one is probably twice the price, this pedal here. Um, it was like 26 bucks, but you can get a pedal for like $12 or $9 or something. But, I wanted something that wasn't going to break immediately and I could kick around. And actually, it's basically the same pedal as my Eastwood TIG 200, except it doesn't have the potentiometer here. So if I ever need to steal parts off of it for the TIG, I will. I got this variable speed control because it's on in its like own little enclosure. A lot of the ones that people were getting had like a little digital readout. This was like, maybe that was like $9. This was like $12, and it was like rated for 15 or 20 amps. The power supply, same one everyone else is using, except I got one I think that was rated for 20 amps or 30 amps. They're all around the same price. So let's get into it. Thanks. All right, so I did a quick measuring mark out. I can measure with the best of them, but there's a time and a place, and marking this out, it's not going to interfere with anything. It's not a critical dimension. So just do it as quick as you can, get it done, move on to the next thing. I'm going to center punch these marks and drill them out on the drill press. All right, I got you over here at the drill press. Got a 11/64 drill bit in here. I'm gonna cowboy this thing and get it done. A lot of you guys already know what's going on, but for somebody that's out there that has limited experience on the drill press, this could be a dicey situation where it lifts up and gets all crazy. Press safety. If you got something long, leave it on the left-hand side of the column if you're looking at the drill press. Let's go over to the bench. All right, so I just lightly threw the plate back on, drilled the holes, deburred them, chamfered them, and I'm just gonna measure this real quick because this is how big how thick my spacers need to be. And I'm not even gonna take the number. I'm just gonna lock this down so I don't even care what it is. And I'll mark off this tube, make 2 of them, and good to go. So let me cut this with the tubing cutter. All right, I would consider that job handled for now. Those are the little spacers in there. It's not going anywhere. It's just gonna be on the back of the machine. That's fine. I'm gonna move on to the variable speed and the directional switch. This is one of the only ones that I saw that was in its own like little enclosure, which I thought was cool. The other one had like a display board and it was all just exposed. It's what's inside of here, and everyone else has to try to figure out how to cut it in and mount it. So this was $14. The other ones that everyone's using are like $9. Getting it in its own box to me is well worth trying to figure out where you're going to put this PCB. And sometimes this is a little bit of the monkey see, monkey do situation. The stuff's out there. If you think this is a better one, or the power supply is a little bit better, get the better stuff. It's cheap. I'm doing some electrical wiring here, and I'm gonna stop filming. Reasons, you know why. But that's how it starts out. The power supply wire wired in, and I put a nice little Del clamp or a loop clamp, and this wire is going to be facing down towards the ground, just to keep some strain off of this and keep everything tight. and not wiggling around. Next is to wire up power from here to the switch. So I have that set to off. That's in the middle position. I have some wiring. I'm plugging it in. If it goes dark, I love you guys. Okay. Nothing so far. We got a green light. You know what they say, Ghostbusters, when the light is green, the trap is clean. Okay, no smoke, no weird stuff. I have a fire extinguisher. Yeah, that's on. Oh yeah. Nice. Not so nice. All right, so last night after the whole situation, jumped off the workbench, which you saw. I hope you enjoyed that. The power supply doesn't want to work, so I'm gonna have to do an exploratory and see what's up. And hopefully, I know there's a fuse in here. Maybe that got jostled, or maybe it blew. So I'm gonna go check that and see what happens. Yeah, so it didn't like getting dropped on its head last night. Pulled the threads out of here. I think what I'll do is open this up, send the screws in from there, and put them through here. Put a nut on there so they're tight. Sheesh. That's what happens when you work late at night. And don't bolt things down. All right, so we're in. I'm gonna take the board out and sneak those screws in from the back here and tap this down a little bit. You know, you just gotta be able to roll with the punches sometimes and just keep on going. So yeah, nothing too spooky looking in here. They got some Celastic on some of these components and some heat sink compound that they applied liberally. Pretty good. Fuse didn't blow, so I don't know what that was going on before, but we're good now. All right, let's keep on going. All right, so I got the power supply all bolted back together. The motor's down here for reference. I was going to do the motor control on that magnet like I showed, but I'm actually gonna do the control on top of here just for the ease of wiring and making things. Sorry, I wanted to get you in here so you can see what the heck is going, just to make things easier for wiring. So I'm just going from here to the power supply and not all the way down at the end, and just to keep this one, you know, unit. So I opened it up. This is what's in here: potentiometer, and then a 3-position switch, and looks like these are some MOSFETs with some heat sinks and capacitors. I don't know what the rest of this stuff is. I'm not an electrical engineer, but I like to ruin stuff in my spare time. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna throw it on with some pop rivets and just get it done. Okay, so I got it powered up here. Wired it up the way the manufacturer says on here, the way the manufacturer says on here, and that's basically what's going on here. And this is just the power side of it. It has nothing to do with the motor. And the motor, I'm gonna switch to ground. So there you go. All right, so I'm just continuing wiring here. I don't know, I'm sure some of you probably know, some of you don't. I want to throw a zip tie through here. If you give it a double bend, you can get around stuff like that. So bend it once, 90, bend it again. Give it one of those. And you can give it a little twist. And it'll come through. Just as easy as that, folks. But there it is. If you have some patience, you usually can get it. There you go. So I'm just going to continue wiring, and we're going to bolt this up and get this show on the road. So I got this open, and like I said, you know, I got this switch because it was basically the same switch as the Eastwood pedal. And what's kind of nice is that sometimes when you do buy something that's a little bit more expensive, even though it's affordable, this foot switch, actually you can get a replacement switch for it, which is kind of nice. I'll flash it up on the screen. So sometimes I do like buying that stuff. You know, sometimes when you buy the cheapest stuff possible, there's no probability of ever being able to fix it. You know, for the most part, with the amount of use that this thing is going to see, this thing is like, you know, totally overkill. And I got the better one of, like I said, of all, and it comes with these bitchin' stickers to put somewhere else. And they're rating it for 15 amps. And the switch is rated at 15 amps at 250. So it's good. She's good. She passes the test. All right, so this is the pedal, and there's all different ways to switch things. Right now, how I'm going to be doing this, I'll be switching the ground. So there'll just be no ground circuit connected, so the motor won't work. When you step on the pedal, you're connecting the ground, and the circuit will flow through, be closed. So right here, on here, it says common, and then circuit normally open. So that's what you want to wire it up to, the open circuit. So right now it's open, and when you press on the pedal, comes up, closes the circuit, which will complete the ground path. All right, I'm gonna wire that up, and we're almost ready. All right, so we're all hooked up, all wired up, all fired up and ready to go. You gotta turn this on. This is your direction. And I cheated a little bit. I already got something going here. Here's the foot pedal, and works pretty good. Pretty happy with it so far. Back up a little bit so you can see. Yeah, it's still too close. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll do this together. Here, right. I have it on creep mode, but it's going pretty good. I'll reverse it. There's a little backlash. It goes. So I'm pretty happy with that. That was when I start and stop between testing, but this is the one that I just did right now. Pretty damn good, and fairly tight on the tension, where, you know, if you wanted to be a little bit nicer, you could certainly do this in 1 or 2 passes, but you know, just trying to test it up a little bit. I'm pretty happy with that. So overall, I hope you enjoyed my take on this popular modification, and enjoy, and I hope that you build one yourself. It's definitely worth it. You know, you can just get things done. You don't need 2 people, you know, playing the organ grinder with the monkey. If you have any questions about the conversion kit or pieces or parts, let me know. Thanks.